Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be taking a look at 6 things removed from the definitive edition of the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy that were there in the original versions, but not in the remastered versions. So I wanted to cover the big things in this video today, not necessarily like a piece of art that might be different in CJ's garage or different signs in the North Point Mall. I wanted to focus on the bigger things today that have been removed from the game that would actually have a pretty big impact. So let's go ahead and dive into it today. At the number 1 spot, cheat codes. So Rockstar actually did an exclusive interview. Not only were they confirmed that cheat codes were coming back, but that they also were removing a few of the cheat codes too. They stated that they removed some cheats from the GTA remasters due to technical reasons. In an exclusive interview with USA Today, Rich Rosado, who is a Rockstar Games producer, said this: "We actually had to remove a couple for technical reasons, certain things that didn't play well in the Unreal base. But that's actually where I'll leave it. There's some fun with discovery. I'm not saying plus or minus, but I'd rather not just go right on the nose before the release of the game and go straight to the end credits." So he essentially confirmed that some cheats have been removed, but he stopped short of confirming whether or not new ones will replace them. But what he just said is there's some fun with discovery. Now, we have confirmed that some cheats still work for both GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, but others have been removed. So I don't like this from Rockstar. I honestly wish they would come out and say, these are the cheats that work, these are the ones that do not, here are the reasons for that. Because otherwise, you might be trying to do a cheat, wondering what's wrong with your controller or what's wrong with your game, trying to figure out if you're inputting them or not. Well, just know that Rockstar has officially gone on record and said that they have removed some cheats due to technical reasons. So I guess we'll just have to find out what those are. The number 2 spot today, multiplayer in GTA San Andreas. So multiplayer was a mode for the PlayStation 2 for GTA San Andreas, and it naturally consists of 2 players. One is the protagonist of the game, CJ, while the second player can choose from several random pedestrian models, depending on the location or theme of the environment. So, for example, in Willowfield or Idlewood, the players can choose from different Ballas outfits, and the 2 players must stay within a certain distance of each other. Now, there were 2 multiplayer modes, and they could be activated by going across 2 icons around San Andreas. One was Rampage mode, marked by a skull, in which you have to kill a specific amount of people within the time limit, and the other is Free Roam, which was marked by 2 red figurines, allowing both players to roam around San Andreas freely, hence the name, and there is no time limit in free mode. So unfortunately, it looks like this is a feature that was completely cut from the remastered version. How fun would that be? Especially because multiplayer in games like Grand Theft Auto have progressed so much. I mean, obviously we have Grand Theft Auto Online now. That would have been amazing to sort of have a GTA Online version of San Andreas in the definitive edition. But alas, no multiplayer. We are sticking with single player only in these remastered games. The number 3 spot today, music. Rockstar has also confirmed that there is a handful of music that has been removed. Now, none of the tracks from Grand Theft Auto 3 were affected, but from Vice City and San Andreas, there were a handful of missing songs. Wow by Kate Bush, Bark at the Moon, Ozzy Osbourne, Rocket, Herbie Hancock, Looking for the Perfect Beat, The Smurf, Tyron Brunson, Wanna Be Startin' Something, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, Michael Jackson, Running with the Night, Lionel Richie, Anunga Nunga by Iriki, Fist Fury, Love Fist, Pump Me Up by Trouble Funk. Those are the Vice City ones. And from San Andreas, you have Yum Yum, Gimme Some, Fatback Band, You Dropped a Bomb on Me, Gap Band, Running Away, Ron Ayers, Running Down a Dream, Tom Petty, Woman to Woman, Joe Cocker, Don't Let It Go to Your Head, Black Harmony, Ring My Bell, Blood Sisters, I Don't Give a F, Tupac, Express Yourself, NWA, Hellraiser by Ozzy Osbourne, Killing in the Name, Rage Against the Machine, Express Yourself, Charles Wright and the Watts 103rd Street Rhythm Band, Rock Creek Park, The Blackbirds, Funky President, James Brown, The Payback, James Brown, The Grunt, The JBs, Loopzilla, George Clinton, and Soul Power 74 by Mako and the Max. So there you go. Those are all these songs that have been removed. This is what you expect just due to the simple nature of licensing tracks and songs, working with artists, DJs, and producers. So I'm actually surprised it was not more. considering these games came out nearly 20 years ago. But those are some of the removed songs from GTA San Andreas. From Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, the menu sounds were removed, which is a little bit strange. So in case you guys didn't know, for all three of those games, they had their unique menu sounds, like when you would scroll through them. Well, now they've all been replaced with the San Andreas sounds. So you guys can see I'm playing Vice City here, and take a listen. It sounds like the menu from San Andreas. So if you were to hop on GTA 3, you would hear the same thing. And obviously, if you hop on San Andreas, you would hear the San Andreas sounds. I'm not sure why Rockstar decided to combine all three games and have one menu sound, but they did. So I just thought that that was kind of interesting. Another thing that's interesting that Rockstar did, they talked about wanting to increase the draw distance. And one of the ways in which they did that was actually removing the density fog from the game. So you can see in this shot right here in San Andreas, you can pretty much go to the top of the map and see every single corner, which many fans have actually been complaining about because they say it looks weird, being able to see from one corner of the map to the other, which even in GTA 5, that's not necessarily something you can do, mainly because of how big the world is. But fans are kind of complaining because it kind of looks like the world just drops off. And we used to not be able to do that because of the fog that surrounded all three cities, the wilderness, anywhere you would go. Now, they did this for technical reasons back in the day, and now they don't have to, but it almost makes it seem less realistic that you have this fog not here because you can just see from one side of the map to the other. So players are not necessarily a fan of that. And last but not least, at the number 6 spot today, just a little bit of censorship. So Rockstar didn't actually censor a lot, which I was kind of surprised, especially in today's world. And given the fact that these games came out nearly 20 years ago, you'd think Rockstar might have had to tone it down maybe a bit on the jokes or the dialogue or the things they said or did, but that wasn't necessarily the case. The only thing that was removed, or at least really censored as far as I know, is the Confederate flag that was actually removed from a handful of t-shirts and walls in-game. But other than that, that is it. I imagine that that is not going to have a giant impact on anyone's gameplay, but it is one of the things that Rockstar ended up removing. And this is not an uncommon thing. They have also removed the Confederate flag from Grand Theft Auto 5, so it's not like they're picking on Vice City in particular. It's just simply been removed. It was a thing that Rockstar put in their games back in the day, and now they no longer. But it was one thing that was officially changed and removed from the definitive version of the trilogy. But anyways, that right there is 6 things removed from GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, the definitive remastered versions. I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Have you noticed any other significant changes that were removed from San Andreas, GTA 3, or Vice City? Let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.